Hi, I'm Tim Stein, and in this video I'd like to talk about the thumb. Well, what's so significant about the thumb? Well, most of the music, in fact all the music we play, will involve the thumb in some shape or form. Well, the thumb is actually a very flexible finger, and what often happens when people are playing scales, for example, or any passage work, that the thumb becomes very tight and inflexible. So what you want to try to do is to practice some exercises to develop the flexibility. And I've got a couple of very simple exercises that you can do both for the right hand and the left hand. So if we take a very simple exercise like this one, for example, if I start on middle C, using just my thumb and my second finger, and I can just work up the scale. Now what you want to try to do is to maintain a good hand position, and you want to make sure that the thumb is as relaxed as possible. Often what happens is that people end up curling the first joint of their thumb under the hand, especially in scale playing. So if I show you in the left hand, for example, you often see people doing things like this. Where the thumb is forced under the hand. I often describe the thumb to students as the glider finger. It's the one that really wants to be feather light. It's always being used, but you don't want to force it under the hand at all. If you force the thumb under the hand, all that you end up doing is creating tension. There are occasions when you want to use the thumb on a note with an accent, in which case you then want to start using the weight of the forearm behind the thumb. So for example, instead of just using the finger independently, you use the weight of the forearm behind it. So if you can see, I'm now rotating my forearm and I'm using the weight of my arm behind my thumb. If I just use my thumb on its own, that thumb over a period of time can get tired. So dependent upon the kind of music that you're playing, you can use the forearm and the thumb as one unit, or you can just use the thumb on its own. But with these exercises, they will help to develop the flexibility. You can try an exercise like this, for example, where you play an octave stretch. And again, if you can see what I'm doing, I'm only using my thumb very lightly as a finger. If you play very heavily, again, you've already set up tension, which is really what you don't want to do. And you can do exactly the same thing in the left hand. Just be very careful that your thumb isn't being forced under the hand. You can then elaborate, you can take these exercises a little further, and instead of just using one or two fingers at a time, you can turn it into a little musical phrase. So again, in this example, first finger, second finger, third finger, and I turn my thumb under. First finger, second finger, third finger, and I turn my thumb under. Now when I'm turning my thumb under more than two notes at a time, again, you want to be careful that you're not forcing the thumb under the hand. So what you want to try to imagine is that that thumb is following the second finger. As soon as the second finger starts to play, the thumb is moving. So if I show you that same exercise in the left hand, as soon as my second finger starts to play, my thumb is moving. My thumb, as soon as my second finger starts to play, my thumb is moving. And to help avoid forcing the thumb under the hand, you want to angle your wrists in the direction in which the fingers are going. So in my right hand, my wrist is angled towards the right. In my left hand, my wrist is angled towards the left. But the most important things, again, with all these exercises is to make sure that your fingers are firm, not tense, and your wrist is flexible. Well, I hope that those thumb exercises help. You can always develop them, and that I hope that they will improve your playing generally.